Hello friends and my dear students, as we have discussed in the previous video about the damp vibration of single degree freedom system, in which we have discussed about the viscous damping, under damped, critically damped and over damped systems. Even we have also seen the logarithmic decrement. So if you have missed that particular part of logarithmic decrement, then we will also go to this numerical of logarithmic decrement, then we will also recall this particular topic. So today we are going to discuss about the vibration characteristics of Coulomb damped system, okay, as well as vibration characteristic of hysteretic damped system or hysteresis losses, which we are going to counter in the damped system. So that two topics we are going to cover in this particular video, so go through it. And for this I am referring this SS Rao book, and the page number is, this is 185. You can also recall it, SS Rao book of mechanical vibration. You can go through it. So as you can see that the free vibration with the Coulomb damping, it is there in the dry friction dampers, which are going to be used for the mechanical simplicity and convenience, okay. Also in the vibrating structures, wherever the components slide relative to each other, means two components are sliding to each other, there you can also adopt this particular damping system, okay. And as stated in before previous sections, that Coulomb damping arises when bodies slide on dry surface. And as per the Coulomb's law, the dry friction states that when two bodies are in contact, the force required to produce sliding is proportional to the normal force. So according to that, the frictional force will be equals to F is equals to mu into N. N is the reaction, which will be equals to mg of your gravitational force. So in this way you can calculate the value of either, if frictional force is given, you can calculate the coefficient of friction, or if coefficient of friction and mg is given, you can calculate the frictional forces, okay. The friction force act in the direction opposite to the direction of velocity, and the Coulomb damping is sometimes also called as constant damping. And since the damping force is independent of the displacement and velocity, it depends only on normal forces and between the two sliding surfaces, okay. If you will consider and calculate the equation of motion for the single degree freedom system of dry friction or Coulomb friction, then there are two cases. Means when x is positive, then dx by dt will be positive, and when x is negative, then dx by dt is positive for the half cycle. So for that, m double x, which is the prominent term of our equation of motion of vibration system, that will be equals to minus mu n for this case. And for the second case, when x is positive and dx by dt is negative, okay, or if x is negative and dx by dt is also negative, for those two cases your mx double dot will be equals to positive mu n. So your equation can be rewritten like this. And these cases, second case referred to this particular bar diagram or this row diagram, you can see in this particular picture the spring mass system for the Coulomb damping, okay. And your whole equation of motion will become like this: mx double dot plus mu mg sin x dot plus kx is equals to 0. So this is the equation of motion for single degree freedom system with Coulomb damping or dry friction, okay. In this way, this particular vibration will decay, or the motion of the mass with the Coulomb damping, okay. I'm just going you to recall few terms or the characteristics which are there in your syllabus. What are the characteristics of a system with Coulomb damping? So the equation of motion is non-linear with the Coulomb damping, while it is linear with the viscous damping, okay. So in Coulomb damping it is non-linear as compared to the viscous damping, which we have previously discussed in the previous videos or previous sessions, that is linear. The natural frequency of the system is unaltered, okay. It is unaltered with addition of Coulomb damping, while it is reduced with the addition of viscous damping, okay. Motion is periodic with Coulomb damping. When it is non-periodic, it is viscously damped, okay. Means here the motion is periodic instead of non-periodic. System comes to rest after some time with Coulomb damping, whereas the motion theoretically continues forever in viscous and hysteresis damping. Hysteresis damping we will see, or we will see the characteristic of this particular damping in upcoming sessions. So the amplitude reduces linearly with the Coulomb damping, whereas it reduces exponentially with the viscous damping. In each successive cycle, the amplitude motion is reduced by the amount 4 mu n by k. Mu n is your reaction force divided by k is your stiffness, okay, of spring. So the amplitude at the end of two consecutive cycles are related. That xm is equals to xm minus 1 means previous cycle amplitude minus 4 mu n by k. So in this way your amplitude will reduce. So these are the few characteristics of system with Coulomb damping. So you can go through it, this particular topic of Coulomb damping. In the next session we will try to discuss about the hysteresis damping, okay, how or what are the characteristics of a system of single degree freedom system with the hysteresis damping. That we will see in the upcoming session of this particular series of mechanical vibration, which is there in your 6th semester 3rd year of mechanical engineering BTech curriculum of Rajasthan Technical University. And do subscribe the Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel for more such updates about different domains of engineering like computer science, electrical, civil and mechanical engineering. Thank you so much for your patience hearing, and stay tuned with Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel. Thank you so much.